Good morning, Stanton, and here we are in another video showing you how to find your way around a city. A fairly simple video, not getting really too much into the control. So if you're a really new player, check out say my other tutorials talking a bit more on how to control things. The main thing to know is getting out of bed, you tap Y, holding F and clicking with the mouse allows you to interact with a number of things that are around here. So we start out in our habs in a bed. We're going to click Y, and once we click Y, we will get out of bed. We're going to go over to the door, hold F, and we're going to click on the door, and that will open up the door. And we will be in the communal area for the habs here. So from here, you have to find the exit that'll bring you out to the elevator. You're either going to be on the left side or the right side. So we're in 1 to 5 here, not 6 to 10, so we are on the left side. So we can look out the windows here at the city. We want to get down there a little bit closer to the ground level, although I believe we're only on level 6 here. Yeah, not very high. So we're going to click on this elevator and get in and get down to the ground floor. So once we're at ground floor, then we will look for the concierge desk. There it is there, so that is the exit in that direction. And we're just going to take this and we're going to head out and we're going to head to the right. So from the right, we're heading towards Arccorp Plaza, which will have this giant glowing globe in it. So from there, you really have two options. If you have stuff that you want to buy for your ship, some cargo, or you have cargo to sell, there is the trade division right there, trade development division. This makes Area 18 on Arccorp one of the best places for trading if you have cargo, because if you have cargo and you have to land and then you have to log out and you want to log back in, you don't have to take a train in order to get to the development. It's very close. But we're going to City Flight, so we just go around this corner here. We're going to go down a flight of stairs and we're heading to basically like little flying taxis. So we're going to head down this pathway and follow it till we get to the end where we get on the taxis. So here we are, and there's one here waiting for us. If we miss one, it's not too bad. I think I looked to see, and it's about a minute, but this one will fly to the airport. Now I didn't want to spoil it, so we're flying to this giant red and white flat area here. You didn't get to see any of the city here, so you've never been to Area 18. It's much more impressive to experience on your own, so I didn't want to have you seeing that flight and miss out all the views. So we are now in this giant red and white area that is the spaceport. And so it's automatically bringing us to the next area, which is just up here, and we'll get out. And once we're out, we're going to head to the terminals where you can take out your ship. So from here, we're just going to go around all these chairs. We're going to go into the Riker spaceport, which is to the right. You can see little arrows here. Just kind of follow back and forth. A lot of these places look very confusing, but you realize there's really only one way to go through. It's almost like a snake slithering back and forth. So you come here and we have the terminals, more ASOP terminals. Click F and choose your ship. So we already have a ship here. We're going to retrieve it. And then basically we're going to go all the way around to the back of this. And we're going to come here and out the other side. So you can see here it says hangar elevators. That's what we're going for. Hangar elevators to the right. And you can see that group of elevators. There's two little kiosks. There's one there and there's one here. Any of these elevators will bring you to your ship. If you ever forget where your ship is, just look down. You can see here it says hangar 3 at 329 meters away. Your ship, when it's pulled out, will always remind you where it is. So it's very handy because I used to forget all the time before they added that. So hangar 3, we choose that. If it's lower down, if it's say hangar 7 or 8, you might have to hold F and mouse wheel to scroll to get to where your ship is. But there it is. You can see it's getting closer and closer. And it's 50 meters away, and we're there. As with any other place, you got to get into your ship, and then we're going to call for landing services to open the hangar doors. So hold F, click the pilot seat. We're in our seat now, if you weren't already. Now this ship here is powered on, but if your ship is not powered on, hit R. If it's like this one where I have my engines off, hit I, turn your engines on. You can see they're off right there. And now, as soon as I hit I, my engine's on. Now you could either click the screen that has the landing surfaces on it in the bottom left there. If you don't have that, or if you haven't set up your screens, you can just request a takeoff. So I'm showing you right here. There's the landing surfaces on my screen. But you can also hit F11 to open up your Mobi glass, then click Friends, and click Area 18 Landing Services, and wait until they provide you with a takeoff. So there we are. Now if we look up, the doors are starting to open. So to lift off straight, just hold down spacebar. You should lift off. Now I've got an external view here that's using F4 and Z to like with the mouse move around, but you don't need to. Just hold space while in your ship. Now you can see my gear is up, so if I hit N, just tap N, my gear will flash, it's raising, and now my gear is raised, so it's not out anymore. So I'm just using space to lift up, and once I'm out of the place, I can just aim towards the sky, holding W. If I want to go faster, I can use the mouse wheel, and that will allow me to go even faster. And I'm going to head out into space. Now, in order to use your jump drive, in order to go somewhere else, you're going to have to get out of the atmosphere. And I believe Arcorp is about 7,000, maybe 7,250 meters. So back in the cockpit, you should be able to see your altitude, and just watch your altitude. Once you're over 7,000, you should be able to get into space. In the meantime, just look at this city. It's amazing. So here, our altitude is about 5,500, about 6,000. It's on the right side there. You can see it's climbing. And I've got my jump drive. I've hit B, and it's spooling up. But until we hit 7,200, there was all red. But now we have some orange targets, some orange triangles. We can aim towards those, and we can jump towards them. And so that is it. You've basically got your ship and got out into space. Step 1. Now landing at Area 18 was a little bit harder. I've gotten a bit better at it now that I know what I'm looking for. The big mistake people make when they get to Arcorp is they try to fly to Area 18. Now you jump to Area 18, but once you're there, you don't fly to Area 18, because if you do, you're not going to find the spaceport. You'll be too far away from it, and it won't even show up. So once your jump drive has cooled down, you can look for Area 18 on the star map, or you can just look for it on the planet's surface by looking for the home plate looking shape when your jump drive is spooled up, and aim towards it. So I'm just kind of looking around the planet here, seeing if I notice this, and there we are. There is the home plate. I'm almost pointed right at it. So you can see it's just to the right there. It looks like a 5-sided shape pointing down. So once I aim right at it, Area 18, 1,500 kilometers away. Technically 1,509. So we're going to wait till we're calibrated. We're going to hold down B. Instead of tapping it, we're holding it down. And now we are flying quickly that distance to Area 18. So in the nighttime, this is a bit harder. So luckily it's a bit darker when I'm coming in here. So you can see even in the dark, it's not impossible. In the daytime, landing at Area 18, once you know what you're looking for, is incredibly easy. The only reason it's kind of hard is because you never know what you're looking for originally. You can just see how much of this planet is covered by cities. It's crazy. So we always come in upside down. We're going to use Q or E to roll. But look at the top of the screen there, you can see this shape. It's kind of foggy, but it's red and white. It's this big red and white flat area. I'm going to do an external view and take a look at it. So there you can see, it's a giant red and white flat shape. Now if we fly to Area 18, we're going to be flying away from this. We're going to be flying towards one of those big spires that's up ahead. We don't want that. You want to head down to that shape, not where Area 18 is showing up ahead. Straight down to this red and white thing. If you don't fly there, you're not going to find the spaceport. This giant red and white thing is the spaceport. It stands out, but you have to get close to it to find it. And from here, you're too far away. So we're coming in close now, and all of a sudden, there you go. Please contact ATC to land. So we can click on that on the screen there, or I can use F11, Friends, and then click Contact ATC. And that will give us a landing. So doing that, we are now at the spaceport at what I'd say is the second hardest place to land at. It used to be the hardest just because it was hard to find, especially in the dark. But you can see this little circle with the downwards pointing arrow. That's where we go now. That is my landing area. As opposed to a hangar that you drop straight in, this is one of the landing bays you can see here with the doors opening up. So we're just going to bring it in nice and slow, so I could use my mouse wheel to control my maximum speed or just tap W. You want to bring yourself in. Also, I've tapped N to bring my landing gear down. Make sure your landing gear is down, and we are just coming right in for landing.
Landing complete. Engine systems disabled.
Doesn't say.
Engine systems enabled.
Now this one here, I wanted some quantanium, so I've hit F1 and I've chosen the repair services, the little wrench at the bottom, and I've refilled quantanium for 48 UEC. Now if you look at my quantanium, it's quite low, and it's going to go up in a moment because I've bought some. And there we go, it's filling up. So if you want to refill your fuel, or if you want to refill weapons, or if you want to do some repairs, you can do that while landed. So then I've hit I to turn off my engines, I've held Y to get out, and now I'm heading into Area 18, into the elevator. And this is the reverse of if you were leaving from here. You just go to the spaceport, and then to your left, you can go to the kiosks. You gotta go up these stairs to the left here. And so these are where you're gonna store your ship. And once you've stored your ship, go around to the far side. Oh, didn't work there for a second. Store the ship. There you go. So we'll go around to the far side. And then from there, we're going to go to the platform and walk through here. And we're going to get onto one of the trains. And that's it. You are now officially in Area 18. And you can explore this massive city, knowing how you're going to easily find your way back out again and back to the spaceport. And as usual, I've missed a train just as I was coming in. Until next time.